Beyond the gothic halls of Nevermore Academy, the real drama is happening off-screen. From behind-the-scenes tension to unexpected transformations, we're exposing everything the cast didn't want you to know.
Secrets are the bedrock of the Addams family.
Are Jenna Ortega and Emma Myers really clashing on set? Why did Morticia's makeover have fans talking? And how Hunter Doohan actually feels about playing a monster.
So offensive and amazing.
Let's dive into all of the kooky and spooky drama. When Wednesday stormed onto Netflix, fans instantly fell in love with the chemistry between Jenna Ortega and Emma Myers. Their on-screen dynamic had audiences shipping Wenclair before the season even ended. But after the premiere of Season 2, rumors started swirling that not everything was picture-perfect behind the scenes. So what happened? According to the chatter, the tension supposedly began because Emma's role was overshadowed. Viewers noticed Enid's screen time dipping, and internet detectives quickly spun this into a narrative. Maybe Emma wasn't thrilled about her character being sidelined, and maybe Jenna, now also a producer, had a say in that. That wouldn't be too surprising, as Ortega has already been condemned as toxic before. On the podcast Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard, the actress revealed,
There was times on that set where I even became almost unprofessional in a sense where I just started changing lines.
Jenna explained that she grew very protective of her character. She felt that she understood Wednesday better than the writers.
The script supervisor thought that I was going with something, and then I would have to sit down with the writers and they would be like, wait, what happened to the scene? And I would have to go through and explain why I couldn't do certain things.
However, not everyone was satisfied with such an explanation. The veteran Hollywood filmmaker Stephen DeKnight blasted Ortega's on-set antics. This kind of statement is beyond entitled and toxic. I love her work, but life's too short to deal with people like this in the business. So when Wednesday's darker storyline took center stage in Season 2, fans just couldn't help but speculate. And a viral red carpet clip only added fuel to the fire.
Jenna Ortega reached out to put her arm around Emma's shoulders to create a friendly vibe, but Emma kept a blank expression and didn't respond.
Fans kept on dissecting this awkward red carpet interaction frame by frame.
Emma deliberately avoided her gaze in front of the cameras. During an interview, Emma looked expressionless and distant.
Some even compared their behavior to yet another alleged feud.
It's just like when Anna Kendrick avoided Blake Lively years ago.
But here's the truth. There's no solid evidence these two have beef. In fact, both actresses really bonded during filming Season 1 and have repeatedly praised each other in interviews.
You really put in the hard work, and I think that's really gonna show. I think people are gonna like this.
I love her.
Season 2 didn't change much in their sweet relationship.
Oh, it's me and Jenna.
Ortega shared that she feels really lucky to have gotten to know and love Myers over the years. And Emma actually revealed that she was happy with her character's Season 2 arc.
Enid's got some really good plot points in Part 2 that I'm excited for everybody to see. I'll say, if you're an Enid fan, you will love Part 2.
While she plays an extroverted werewolf, the actress has described herself as an introvert. So, interviews and public premieres are probably harder for her than for Jenna. Yet another thing that caused the internet buzz was Morticia Addams' glam makeover. Her cheekbones seemed sharper, her nose more refined, and her skin almost impossibly smooth. She looked so noticeably different in Season 2 that some even thought the character was recast. I had to do a double take to make sure it was really her. She's changed a lot from the first season. Fans wondered if Catherine Zeta-Jones had had some cosmetic work done. It looks like an upper blef to me. It makes your eyes less hooded and gives you more visible eyelid area. Through it all, the A-lister kept her cool, brushing off the chatter and embracing Morticia's new chapter. And in true Addams fashion, the controversy only makes her more mysterious. At this moment, there's no verified evidence Zeta-Jones has undergone some kind of a facelift. But it definitely looks like she lost some weight, most probably because of the intense training for the fencing scene.
When I did Zorro, I trained a lot to sword fight, and it's actually something that I took away with me after I finished filming because I really enjoyed it as a fitness regime.
Anyway, stepping into Morticia's shoes felt natural for Catherine, because her real life seems to echo the character. The Gothic matriarch is in equal parts loving, mysterious, and fiercely protective of her family. And off-screen, Zeta-Jones has long been the queen bee of her own Hollywood clan. She has been married to Michael Douglas for 25 years already.
Can you imagine?
No, I can't.
And they said it'd never last.
The two are known for their dramatic Hollywood love story, weathering age gaps and public scrutiny. In a way, Morticia's hauntingly loyal love for Gomez rings true to Catherine's life.
I've been working a lot this year and he's been so supportive.
Let's bring him on to Wednesdays.
Yeah!
And just like Morticia, she thrives on balancing elegance with warmth, often sharing glimpses of their life on social media. But Zeta-Jones is not the only cast member who's in the spotlight nonstop. Fans have been freaking out about the lead actress getting face surgery too.
Have you noticed Jenna's sunken cheeks? Since filming the second season of Wednesday, she has started to look much older, almost like a completely different person.
Because other users are saying that's not Wednesday, that's Monday morning.
Of course, fans quickly clapped back, reminding everyone that lighting, unusual makeup, and natural aging can change how someone looks on camera. The 22-year-old herself hasn't addressed the rumors, and honestly, why would she? Incredibly, Hunter Doohan also has issues with his looks. Thankfully, only on screen. Since Wednesday dropped its big hide twist, fans couldn't stop talking about the monster. No matter how terrifying it looked, it is still recognizably Hunter, and there's a good reason for it.
It is so quintessential Tim Burton.
Oh, okay, so when I got to Romania, he said he waited till they cast me to draw it. That's based off of you.
That's so cool.
So offensive and amazing.
Yes, the hide was actually modeled on Hunter himself. Instead of drawing some generic CGI beast, the VFX team scanned his face and exaggerated his features, stretching them into something monstrous. That's why, when Tyler transforms, you can still spot flashes of the actor's real grin and blue eyes. And that uncanny resemblance makes the reveal so much creepier. Doohan himself admitted that seeing the monster for the first time was unsettling, like staring into a distorted mirror version of himself.
I had a friend who watched season 1, and he goes, I was like, oh, like, did you know I was a monster? He's like, yeah, you guys had the same hair. And I was like, what do you mean we have the same hair?
Well, at least he didn't have a severed head in season 2. One thing fans love about Wednesday is the way it sprinkles in clever cameos. The first season gave us Christina Ricci, and the second kept on honoring spooky icons from across pop culture. Haley Joel Osment, forever beloved for his role in The Sixth Sense and AI, showed up as Wednesday's childhood serial killer obsession.
I'm a lifelong fan of Tim Burton, and getting to work with him was just very exciting, and you know, one of those experiences where you're like, this is why, one of the reasons I love my job so much.
Next up, enter Christopher Lloyd. The man who made Uncle Fester iconic in the 90s movies is an admirer of the Addams family.
When I was a kid, I used to look at the cartoons in a magazine.
Charles Addams.
And Charles Addams would be in there. And Fester was one of my favorites when I was like 7 or 8 years old.
Instead of reprising his iconic role, he shows up this time as the most tenured teacher in Nevermore's dark history. Fans are calling it the ultimate meta cameo. And do you know how that happened? The show's co-creator Alfred Gough revealed that the 86-year-old actor just slid into his DMs. Lloyd expressed his interest in appearing on Wednesday. It sounds nuts, but that's what happened. He reached out, saying he was a huge fan. And we were like, oh, don't ask us twice. As for his appearance, the showrunners decided to go full Futurama with it. Chris has always been at the forefront of visual effects. You think about Back to the Future and Who Framed Roger Rabbit? And this idea of, wouldn't it be cool if there's a teacher who's just a head in a jar? The process of filming was pretty elaborate, but it was totally worth it, don't you think? But season 2 also welcomed an actress who's never seen the series. Dame Joanna Lumley opened up about how she got cast.
I feel ashamed to say this. I didn't actually know about Wednesday, the show. Fair enough. Because I don't see a lot of television, and I'm also quite old.
But she couldn't resist the chance to work with the legendary director.
Tim Burton got in touch and said, will you play Hester Frump? And I mean, before he'd finished the sentence, I said, how much do I have to pay you to do this? It was just divine, I mean.
Joanna obviously shared her excitement about being on the show with another British star, Billie Piper. However, even more thrilled were Billie's 3 children, as they were fans of Wednesday.
So the only thing I've ever done that they've really been able to watch, they really show no interest in my career. But this is a complete game changer.
And we can't wait for what part 2 has in store for us. Do you want to learn more details about Wednesday's fabulous cast? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to not miss any new videos.